Okay, this is my proxy server. Verify the IP address. This is the loopback interface. Two public interfaces. This is the first interface with IP address 195.222.59.88. And another public interface 195.222.59.89. So 88 will act as the internal IP address. 89 will act as the external IP address. And review the Squid configuration. Use Beam, for example, etc squid.conf. Set number to view the number of lines. This is the configuration on these lines, the configuration for authentication, because I will use authentication. The authentication parameters. Authentication parameters. This is used to define parameters for the various authentication schemes supported by Squid. Okay, use basic NCSA authentication and use this file for the users. And other options, for example, the realm. Okay, on these lines, create your access list. In my case, the access list has a name public_access. And the source is all. Any source. If you want to specify the source, you can comment this. Okay, I key to insert, and you can comment this, and you can use something like this. Access list, the name and the source can be a network or host for the specific sources, or a specific source, public IP addresses or public networks for your source. Okay, but in my case, the source is any in the world, so I will use all. And now create the access list. This access list name public_password. Proxy authentication required. So this require username and password. Down here on this line, HTTP access, allow public access. This is the name of the access list. This name for my access list, public access. And allow that access list. Allow the access list using HTTP. And also we'll use HTTPS. And also allow the public password for the authentication. Remember, this is the name of the access list. The name of the access list for authentication required. Okay, request header access. This option replaces the old anonymized headers and the older HTTP anonymizer options with something that is much more configurable. Okay, these configurations for anonymizer, basically for security. And finally, forwarder for off. If it's set to on, Squid will append your client's IP address in the HTTP request it forwards. By default, it looks like this. It's set to off, it will appear as unknown. So you are hiding the IP address. Very good. This is the configuration. Okay, write and quit. Restart Squid system ctl restart Squid. Okay, but you can add a user on this server to permit the access on the proxy using HTTP. HTTPass WD option C and the follow and create the user and this file squid.htpasswd a space and the name of the user. Okay, the first time when you add the first user, use the option C, but this is not the first user, so it's not do not use the option C. Okay, enter and add the password. Very good. For example, on Firefox, go to Options, Network Configuration, and configure the IP address. Verify IP addresses. Okay, I have two IP addresses. This 185.200.222.59.88 on the first interface, first public interface, and the second public interface 185.200.222.59.89. Okay, 88 and 89. I will use 89 as the internal interface for the proxy on the client side, and 88 will be the external public IP address for the internet side. And on Firefox, for example, configure 89 for me, because I am the client. The port, use this proxy for FTP and HTTPS. Do not use proxy for my local network. This value may vary, but do not proxy for my local network. Accept. And navigate. Okay, in my case, I don't need to enter username and password for authentication because I did it before. Okay, you can navigate a lot of sites. For example, what's my IP address? And this is my IP address, 88. Okay, for clients is 89, but for internet is 88. Okay, for clients is 89, for internet 88. Very good. And it's working very well. Okay, but this is not encrypted. I will use OpenVPN to make the encrypted tunnel. apt update. Install git, apt install git. Yes. Now add the following file: git clone https://github.com nyr case sensitive openvpn-install.git. Enter. Okay, very good. Verify you have this directory and access to this directory. Change directory openvpn-install, and list the contents. You have these files, and this is the installer. Add execution privileges for this: chmod +x open vpn-install-h. Enter. Verify. Very good. Execution privileges. Now execute the file. Point dot slash and the name of the file. Enter. Okay, what IP before address should be the OpenVPN server use? Okay, the IP address on client side 89. So use option 2. Which protocol do you want to use for OpenVPN connection? UDP recommended 1. What port do you want to OpenVPN listen to? The default, not problem for me. Enter. Which DNS do you want to use with the VPN? Any that you want. I will use Google servers 3. Finally, tell me a name for the client certificate. Okay, the first name. Okay, press any key to continue. And very good. Finish it. If you want to modify configurations or add more users, only execute this file again. Enter. What do you want to do? For example, add a new user. Option 1. Okay. New client name. Very good. Okay. Transfer the files. For example, use this tool, WinSCP. Any of these protocols, host name. Any of the public IP addresses, and username, and password. Yes. Okay, now transfer the profiles for the local client computer. Okay, these two files. Close this. Okay. Now, copy, for example, my user profile to the following directory. C, program files, OpenVPN, config, and paste the file here. Okay, and on the server, verify CD IP address. You have two public interfaces with public IP addresses, but now you have a new virtual interface called Tunnel 0 with this IP address 10.8.0.1. 10.8.0.1. Okay. Execute OpenVPN application, but run as administrator. Yes. Now, on this icon, right-click and choose your profile, then connect. Okay, on green, you are connected. You are connected. And ping to this IP address to review that the tunnel is established 10.8.0.1. ipconfig all. ipconfig all. This is my physical interface, Ethernet with IPv4 and IP addresses, private IP address with a new adapter is created, top Windows adapter. Okay, and my IP address is 10.802. The server is 10.801, but this client is 10.802. DNS servers, Google servers, and ping the server. Okay, ping 10.801. Success. Okay, ping to this IP address. So the tunnel is established. Use tracer. Wait a moment. And you will see only one hop. So this is a tunnel, a directly tunnel. No more hops, only one hop, the destination. So tunnel is established. And now, here configure the IP address. Now on proxy, you should use this this encrypted tunnel with this IP address 10.801. 10.801. Okay. Then okay. And try to access google.com. Now you are connected. What is my IP address? 88, very good. But you are using a tunnel. Wireshark. Okay. Ether channel, the physical interface. Okay, go to this is my physical interface, not for the tunnel, and this is the top Windows adapter V9. It's called local area connection. This is created for the VPN tunnel, for this connection, for the VPN tunnel. Okay, very good. So I will first capture packets on the physical interface and then for local area connection. This is for the tunnel. And Ethernet is not for the tunnel. Okay, Ethernet, double click. Okay, and generate traffic here. Refresh. Access another web page. Okay, very good. Okay, very good. Stop this. Now you can see OpenVPN. If you want to see the data is encrypted. Okay, all this data encrypted. The source, my private IP address. The destination, this is the server, all encrypted. Now go to options and local area connection. Okay, this interface for the tunnel. Okay, select this and start. And generate traffic. Refresh this. refresh this, very good. Stop this. Now you can see the source is my client 10802 and the destination the server 10801. Data not encrypted, for example, HTTP here. Okay, data not encrypted. And why I can see the data here? Because I am the only that I have the key, and that's why I can see all of this. But no one can see this information. No one can see this data because no one has the key.